You are what God says you are. You are what God says you are. You are a window.
Nobody plays more music. Absolutely nobody.
From Central Monrovia to your stereo. This is Freedom
FM. Nobody plays more music. Absolutely nobody.
From Central Monrovia to your stereo. This is Freedom
FM.
Mix by mix.
For the next 13 days, I will keep you crying. And you're crying all over the place? What I will continue to do, I've already succeeded in completely demoralizing your base. You're just crying all over the place. I haven't even started. I'm just warming up. How dare you, foolish, desperate people, talk about rescue country. Joseph Boga couldn't even rescue himself. So when he passing around, oh, cause I did, cause I that. Where were you when I raised him money left and right to feed him and fly him from hospital to hospital? Where were you all? Sitting there talking nonsense. Talking about cause I ain't got no integrity. I didn't have integrity when I was feeding Joseph Boga. Your God. Bunch of ungrateful people. Have you heard Joseph Boga deny that I was raising money left and right to feed him? Have you heard him deny it? He will never deny it because he knows this to be true.
Some of you people thought I was never going to criticize Bishop Boga. Yeah. Because I went to counties. I'm not criticizing because I want to criticize. I'm criticizing because we said yesterday, former President, we are right private jet. But the Joseph Boga has brought to power is flying private jet from here to go to the country. Yeah. But I will speak because people in sacrifice for me our past to go on my comfort. Spend my own money to bring him to power because we thought the wrong yesterday was going to be right today. Yeah. I had no regret to vote against former President Ria. But the people that are brought to power will regret why I have to vote for them. They can be for this country is a better place and will be a better place. Yes, sir. Because there's money in the country that we can live from. We don't need money from outside. So, but we don't want to empower people here. We say that as lawmakers, we have become lawbreakers. We have become criminals. We put all the money in the budget for ourselves and leave them out. I want to challenge some of your lawmakers. Some people say they want this senator. They're breaking all the law. The law you make is breaking the law, but you want to go up. You know why people want to go out? Because they want to increase the time. They say they are too short. You cannot be a gangster, then you want to run global. You cannot be a lawmaker that disrespecting the law that we made ourselves. Then you say you want this senator, and then you waste your time. Nobody here can be for the government economy. But when we can be for it's not happening and it will never happen. The only thing they are there for, when last people go there, government keep and say, sacrifice people. Don't know when you say, give me 1% and one go in law. But they sit down over there in point their family post because they need work. And now the person that needs work and the person sacrifice person they want there. We implore our family because some people are happy. Because it is a time to be happy. It is no better time when the country is not better. It is every better time when the country is better. And we give this as a challenge to all of you people. 2029, we may be on the ballot for the presidency. Where we will come here and say, Brother Sakoles, you people will have to appoint a commissioner for sacrifice. Brother Sakoles, they are educated people. It's not about education. It's about how well you govern your people. They are people that got degrees, they know nothing. The only person with 8 people that they can't achieve nothing from. Our marketeers will come to power In every context, at least 2 million and break out of market here, spending rather, and younger boys to empower themselves. The money is there, but everything is long before carrying the benefit of because we are close.
Because this is basically what it is. You need to know whether it is true somebody died, and it's true that the person works with the LRA. So these two have been confirmed. And yes, you can go anywhere and say that yes, under Mr. Joseph Nimba, an employee of the LRA has been confirmed dead. How the person died is another thing to investigate and establish. What they die from, the circumstances leading to the person's death. You know, there are natural deaths. When natural deaths happen, they're not this too much inquiry to understand all the conversations around those deaths, because it is understandable. But whenever you see alarms are being raised around death, then something is not smelling correct. At the same LRA, we are told there's a grand syndicate of corruption. The argument is in twofold. The authority claim that, of course, they are investigating people for corruption, while other account has it that some of those that are to be dismissed are people who've been very critical and demanding just benefit. And so a scheme has been designed, some kind of way to get them out. This is the rescue girl. Just yesterday we were talking with Satya and his experience with the National Port Authority. And then this one is coming from the LRA. But these plus other issues are making the menu for today's conversation. And you have heard and listened to the promotion around the CDC due payment rally. I'm told slated for Saturday. So to talk more about this, we've asked the vice chair. Is the vice chair? For Mr. Mayango Jala. He's the head of the CDC auxiliaries. In an effort to mobilize the auxiliary if they are still active. So Mayango will be speaking to all of you on the need to form part of the CDC. The CDC's due payment rally. Why is that important? Why should partisans participate? Why should you be a part of it? Mayango will speak to all of that. In the meantime, before that time, we will go Nimba. Too many troubling, disturbing, undemocratic news are coming out of Nimba. I'm told the regime has organized a gang in Nimba terrorizing opposition candidates, disrupting their rallies and campaign. We have these plus other issues making the news in Liberia on the big station Freedom 87.9. My name is Abu Sharif, and of course, as always, Hagar Gonda is here to join us up to 10 o'clock. Hagar, good morning.
Good morning, Abu. Good morning to Liberians following us. Welcome again to another brand new day in a brand new edition of the Freedom Morning Rise, Tuesday's edition. Right here is Champions League Tuesday, as a matter of fact.
Oh, Champions League.
Abu team is not in the Champions League, so he's not aware of anything I have to do with
but I'm
Champions League.
supporting other teams though.
So
it
which
doesn't
one of the
matter.
teams you're supporting? I'm sure all of them.
I don't know some kind of way because I do not like, you know, I have a problem with the way Madrid is dominating the whole Champions League thing. So I think I'm supporting Barcelona this time around.
Oh, okay. So that is to confirm
because I do not want Madrid to win it in that kind of manner.
So that is to confirm Abu and I how do you call it? Abu and I what is that? Abu and I partnership here.
But again, I don't know what is today.
Today Arsenal is playing. Arsenal is playing.
I support Madrid.
No, we don't.
Yeah,
no. So what we are looking for is Arsenal and Barcelona final. Yeah, Arsenal and Barcelona final.
No, I support.
So allowing Madrid to win today.
No, but so are you afraid of Madrid?
No, I am not. No,
you can still win. I
have played a final against Madrid, and I got another one to play against them. So even if it can be 2 more finals before the season ends, trust me, you know what we can do to Madrid. Madrid can do what I think, but this season, Barcelona bragging on Madrid 6 times the highest that Madrid can carry that one for. So that one is clear, and I know Austin can agree with me on that.
So you won the repeat of was it 2006 Champions League final with Arsenal, right?
Yes, so we won that. We want to show that at least we can have, you know, they are our London brothers. We like them. We like them.
Arsenal like for easy rap, you know. Arsenal.
No, but Arsenal got frankly speaking, Arsenal got a brilliant team this season. Arsenal got a brilliant young team this season.
I know, right?
The only problem that I see from Arsenal that is going to embarrass them today is going to be the goal scoring opportunities. Who to utilize those opportunities? But trust me, they got a brilliant midfield. Talking about Declan Rice, Thomas Partey in the midfield, Martin Odegaard, even Trossard. Trossard is a brilliant player coming from the bench. Yes, and they got 2 to 3 young brilliant football players. So these young kids are good at utilizing opportunities. The only problem, like I said, with them now is up front. At least if they had Gabriel Jesus there, trust me, it would have been a disaster for Madrid. But again, Madrid on the other hand,
Gabriel Jesus,
I don't know. Yeah, Gabriel Jesus. The problem I got with Gabriel is he could have sustained, but Gabriel is a good scorer. So Madrid, I don't know whether Madrid fans can really attest to this, but it is an open secret that Madrid is not really in that kind of form. Madrid has just been winning games on locks and all of that. If you notice, Madrid, all of Madrid competitive games have been somehow terrible for them. So you can't play Arsenal, especially Arsenal that got a midfield. Who depending on that midfield today? If not Valverde, and there is a likelihood that Valverde will come from you play from the right side. The right defense.
My man, don't waste our time. Madrid will beat Arsenal.
All right, so we wait to see. We wait to see how it happens. But whatever the case is, as well, in my own county, Nimba, like we said on yesterday, too many things happening in that county. And yesterday again was another dramatic turn. And trust us, we are going to delve more into that today to tell you what are those things unfolding in the county, how politics is playing in the county, how the vice president is using his office to intimidate and threaten young Nimbayans who have taken their side to support. Like he took his side to support Koga. Nobody got issue with him. Nobody fought him. But the issue now, the guy is there threatening those young ones, especially for those who are in government. Like, hey, you either have to do this or trust me, you are out of government.
That's correct. So I'm getting a report that during the CDC period when Mr. Joseph Boakai was vice president, I'm told the government did all she could to remit his legitimate benefits as required by law. Right? Say he used to receive them, but they will try to verify. But I'm quite sure because there is not a time where Boakai is heard complaining of not being given his benefit. Most time we've heard former President Samuel Kanye wife complain, and and recently we heard the former vice president Joel Howard Taylor complain. But doing I think Bwakaje needed extra money, and besides, why Mr. Weah was president, Mr. Weah took him as an elder. He made sure that Mr. Bwaka was looked after, and that's how when he even fell sick for the heart problem, Mr. Weah, the president then, was able to rally over $100,000 to ensure that this man is taken care of as a statesman, and all of that happened, and provided lucrative job opportunity for his children, so that indirectly these children will be able to look after their father. And so I don't know how much can one be genuinely caring for their predecessor, right? So we have demonstrated that. But what we are seeing from Mr. Bwaka is something that is very, 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 very uncivilized. Because one thing Bwaka is failing to understand here is that these monies or these decisions, when you become the president of the country, I mean, it does not make the country to be your personal property, that you treat and do things just anyhow you feel like. And that's why we have a system of accountability. So Mr. Bwaka took an oath to defend the laws and constitution of the Republic of Liberia. And in defense of those laws, if it requires that ex-leaders are entitled to benefits, right, these benefits have to be given to them until, if somebody think otherwise, then we must take a deliberate attempt to change the law. But once it remains a law, it has to be respected and adhered to, unless in the case where there is an emergency, then we can understand. But to just decide to deny people those opportunities, then I'm sorry, because you know what, you're basically going to be disrespecting the very constitution that you took oath to defend, and that is unacceptable. But again, the president and his team believe that Liberia for them now, and anything they so desire is what they can do. At the end of the day, all they have to say is that and we are a president, and we are and we are not coming by again. And so once they say that, then it compensates for the flagrant violations of our laws, disregard for constitutionally established principles and things that have to be done, and all of those. So this is exactly where we are, and we're having all of this noise. So yesterday I was in a discussion with some friends, and then these conversations about the immunity of past leaders and the treatment that former vice president talked about, Joel Howard Taylor, where we're seeing photos of her being disgracefully abandoned and sitting under the tree. There's a reason why the craft of our law requires that the state must be responsible for the security of past leaders. Because while as leader, there's some leadership decision that you will take, probably you will step on other people too. And then if the state lets you to be vulnerable, anybody can do something to you. Sure. So what happened to former vice president on the day of the inauguration was reckless, and I think it has no place in our democracy. Mr. Bwaka only demonstrated his hatred, which is quite unfortunate, right? That woman is entitled. Yes, she is supposed to turn over her security detail on that day, but at the same time, the right to security for former leaders had to be triggered on that very day. So the EPS should have ensured that very day that if she's entitled from there or to security, that they be assigned on that very day. When the full detail is withdrawn, then she must be left with the ones that she's required under the law, but not to leave her vulnerable. Anybody could move there and harm her and do anything to her. Anybody could take her life that day. So what are we going to say? So this is terrible. Mr. Bwaka is setting a dangerous precedent. And it must be worrying for those in power now. For those in power now, they must worry that what is going to be of them the day they leave power with these precedents being set. So the same way you treat other people is how you'll be treated. And you must all not forget, you're not going to remain leaders forever. And even if you attempt to perpetuate yourself in power, we will come after you. The people will remove you from power. That one you can be assured about that. If you think you can rig election, rigging election can save you. Two things. If you choose to rig election, then maybe you want to roll back the gains, the democratic gains. Then that means you are signing up for a destable Liberia. And I'm sure none of you want to do that. All of you, everybody get investment here now. Everybody gets stake in Liberia. Everybody one way or the other get their lay property somewhere that they're protecting. Some kind of thing you get. So nobody want Liberia to go back to the war period. And unlike then, only a few people had it. So you could be inspired to go and do things. But right now, everybody, you're in government. I'm told Daniel Sano is building stores along the Badnonsville Road. Johnsonville, Daniel Sano, the picking that can be causing, right? I'm told he's building some stores there. So you see, everybody gets stake. Cornelio Kratu is building stores, all of them getting into all these things. So people in the community know, we all get your records. So nobody won't do anything. Your time finish, you move.
And Abu, the second thing about this is that our brothers who are supporters of the regime, instead of them seeing the importance and the legal respect in this advocacy for the vice president, the former vice president, to get her just benefit, it would be interesting to know that these guys are today using the social media and insulting this very lady. These are people that will want you to respect their own political leader, but on the contrary, they are involved into raining insult at past leaders. You listen to a sitting minister within the government, Daniel Sando, who always man the podium or the pulpit to always use words at past leaders, not respecting their portfolio or whatever it is. He will say whatever you want to say in whatever denigrating manner. And the minister there had not called him one day to order to say, hey, this is a professional institution, this is a professional entity of government, and this should not be done. There are international partners, international wires and things that followed our Ministry of Information here, because they believe that this is, or the ministry should be, the place where they are able to get all of the latest information when it comes to the running and functioning of the government. But sadly, ministers will take to that podium and use words, insult people, and feel like, hey, that's the way to run a country. No, this lady came up clean and said, from the day of the inauguration, it will interest you to know that she did not even have car to, she did not have a car to take her from where from the grounds of the Capitol building, and she had to go at the executive mansion to be there waiting for somebody to call for car before she leave. And all of that, what is in that worth insult? What is in that worth insult? I saw Buakai. I was in Buakai convo on several occasions when he was running around. But then I was with Truth FM. I used to see.
As
We used to
former
go,
vice president, he has security.
we
He
used to go to Nimba.
cars.
He had securities, he had cars, and all of that assigned to him. He was still getting his just benefit. So you think why the people in the past, why the past regime was doing it? Because that is an established law that even no matter your personal issue with somebody, the laws of our country must be respected. But again, some of us aren't surprised, because this is a regime that, since it took over, the issue of respect for the rule of law has been swept under the carpet. So today, nothing we get to say, nothing. The laws of our country is being disrespected. And you sit there, you feel, because, oh yes, it is working in your interest today, so you feel comfortable with that. But they say when you are a hunchback man and and a colleague of you die, when they are burying that hunchback person, what you do is to go and see how to lay that person. And they also say the falling of the dry leaves is to warning to the young ones. So if you're there today, you the young ones in the tree, you're there, you feel like, oh, because your friends are dropping, so you're there waving all around, thinking that it will not come to you, your time will not come. No. Many of you over there today are in a very young age. No matter what, whether 18, 24, or whatever years from now, just hypothetically, you will still be young. You will still need the security of the country. At that time, it will even be more embarrassing for you, because at that time, imagine adding 24 years to your current age. So it will be something difficult for you to be able to withstand. So if you think that treating people in the kind of form and denigrating and disrespectful manner you are doing is the right thing, so be it. But watch it. You could be treated, maybe you could be treated in the very form and manner that you're treating others. And when it's happening to you at that point, I don't be surprised, because you will look up to people like us to speak, but we'll start to reference the one that is happening now. That's why when things are always happening and you see us telling you, say, oh, you are taking the wrong trajectory. You are the reason for laws and other things is not for a particular person or individual, right? The reason for laws in a country or wherever is because there is a possibility that very law, when crafted, is going to serve the interests of everyone. So the law is blind; it don't see. But if you sit there today, you feel because, oh yes, you're in a driver's seat, so you can disrespect the laws of our country. You can do whatever you want to, and nothing can happen. Nobody can say anything. Oh, okay, we're there. That is a right. You can say, you can do it. And again, due to the gullibility of our society, where no Liberian is waiting to stand up and say, hey, we have to stand up to ensure that this nonsense stops in this country, like the Kenyans did, like several other countries, even in Great Britain. When people feel like the government is taking action against their interest and the government is disrespecting laws and statutes of the country, they take action. But hey, the gullibility of our society, we don't feel like, no, we should do it. So we just say it and say, that says, yeah, we'll finish. But before that says, yeah, finish, too many terrible things can happen to you.
You're right about that, Hagar. So today is Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
We're paying out $4,000 as we did yesterday. So in a moment, once we get the frequent players, we will start to give out that money. But look, folks, to win, we've told you time without number, is to remain consistent, is to play. You cannot win without playing. Your winning is possible when you play. So for those of you that are always interested, you meet us at different local restaurants or the supermarket or in different public places. You're asking, oh, I play, but I'm win you. So you just have to remain consistent. The evidence is clear that people who have consistently played, they win. Mm-hmm. So today, when you win your lay 4,000, you keep it tomorrow. You collect your 20,000. Mm-hmm. This is how it works. So *799#. You select option number 11, which is Freedom FM. It takes you directly. And then you have to do that over and over until probably you hear your name for the most part. So that's exactly what it is. So we're going to transition now and begin our conversations. So like I said, at 9:25, 9:30, Mayango Jala will be here. But before that time, we'll talk other issues. So I'm told the Ministry of Commerce and the Liberal Petroleum Refinery Company, the LPRC, has issued a new price circular for petroleum product on the market. So I don't know whether it has increased or it has decreased. Normally, for the past time when they're doing it, they can say government has drastically, they'll do some PR, but they want they just release it quietly, secret release. But we will pull it aside, so they not release it. So we'll read it, and then you will make sense as to whether.
So I will just quickly, please. in relation to the frequent death or mysterious death, again, we are receiving information from Ganta, Nimba County, that a dead body has been found tied in a black plastic on a motorbike in Ganta, Nimba
This
County.
is the second time.
Yes.
The first, the first one was
in town here.
I know police academy.
Police academy side, but another one. Dead body found tied in the black plastic on the motorbike in Ganta, Nimba County. So mysterious deaths.
So the numbers just increasing,
continue to increase,
right?
And this is where we are. Nothing has been said about this, but before the people protested about this, women
and before they said groups, it was George Weah. You know, they always used to say so. Everybody, those that went to vote on October 10th and subsequently the runoff, right, believe that when they move George Weah from power, there will be no mysterious death. There will be no drugs, right? But the drugs on the story part, we're finding a team of community volunteers that are into these rehabilitation and drug related advocacies. Will bring them on the radio. You hear from them themselves, provide you the stats and the numbers. Then you know exactly when we come here and tell you that the drug peddlers are the one in power now. They're the one having the good days. Some of those that A.B. Kuma were chasing are the big boys around here now. They're let free because the system fought against A.B., removed him from the LDA, and the whole place is loose open at Jokpa. The manager can be carrying drugs there. So, but let's take a break. When we come back, let's take words from our sponsors. Folks, remain there. It's going to be fiery. It's going to be tough. It's going to be revealing. And so, yes, every day we come here, there is some kind of corruption news. At this break, we will be right back.
It's about musical. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you can see. So if you see crime, you will report it. Don't take law in your hand, call the right authority. Tell it can't take your law in. Crime stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see you must talk it. I mean you cheche, you wait for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
No boyfriend, no worries.
Do you want the professionals to fix your car, or do you need an original spare parts for your vehicle? Well, worry no more. Makabe Garage and Spare Parts on the bypass opposite Orange Head Office is that place. At Makabe, we provide the following services: mechanical, technical work, computer diagnosis and scanning, key duplication and programming, air conditioning, alarm system, and body wagon spray. We also sell genuine and generic spare parts for Range Rover, Mercedes-Benz, Suzuki, Chevrolet Tahoe, Nissan Amanda, and most American cars. The good news is that Macabre has its head garage in the Bronx, New York, the USA, where we have a huge stockpile of Ford synthetic mobile oil that is very good for your vehicles. Some of these oils, when used, can service your vehicle by itself for up to 4 to 6 months. We have gas treatment and fuel injector cleaner, original from the USA. We can get you any spare part for your car in Liberia from America in 4 working days, even if we are not the one working on your car. We also order spare parts for other garages in Liberia. We have a tow truck service. Get in touch with us. Just call 0778-324-567, 0778-320-366, or 0778-324-566. Macabre Garage and Spare Parts, Liberia's number one.
Okay, Liberians. So welcome back to it. Some of what we see happening in our country today, wearing the things we were promised as a people by our government. And people are trying hard to normalize these things and make them feel okay because they already have power. And that is the most disturbing arrogance of it all. However the case, we are not going to cease from being these critical voices as we've always tried to be for the sake of our country and for the sake of our people. Because look, when you allow the people in leadership to have their will, in most instances, you deny the ordinary man from living their fullest potential. Because in most cases, these very, very selfish politicians care only about the well-being of themselves and their kids. They prefer their kids and other relatives seeking medical attention in some of the world's biggest medical facilities. They prefer their kids attending some of the top-notch schools around the world. So they will do everything in their selfish political desires to keep the people down and themselves up, to be able to live up to the demands of these different life they envision for them and their families. And we know this is exactly what it is. Check around you. Whenever you give Liberian politicians the chance, the first thing they do, the first people they prefer will be their children. And you see it all over. They will do all they can to have they and the children well off. So you don't have to take a $10 scratch card and be all here defending. You have to be reasonable enough and look at the facts. Other people, families are dying mysteriously. This new attitude of killing people, mutilating them and wrapping them up in black plastic and dumping them on different dump sites. We've never seen it before, and it's troubling. It is disturbing here.
It is seriously disturbing. And Abu, that's what we were just discussing behind the scene, right? On a frank and sincere note, this government is having a more easy ride than any other government I've had over the years.
Okay.
Yes, since the post-war Liberia, this government is having a more easy ride than any other government I've had. Why am I saying that? Abu, you and I were here in this country during Madam Salif regime. We saw the CDC. We saw it before. We saw how the CDC fought and put the feet of the government to fire. When the CDC government came into power, we saw how supporters of now the regime put things together, orchestrated their own plots and all of that to ensure that they tarnish the reputation of this country, this government, and to the extent that they had to fight and were able to to ensure that several of those individuals in government were lied on, where maybe a plot was set up against them, and today, and the U.S. government alluded to some of these things and sanctioned those individuals, even though there were no proof. But today, this is where we are. But imagine during the Weir's administration, what we saw, Abu, was people. What was some of those things we saw where people dying in just like that?
So what do you think? You think the opposition, the political opposition, they are not
the political opposition now is not
pressure
putting the kind of pressure that they have to put on this government. So as a result of that, you see the guys they do things that they want to do. Now, what they're supposed to do in the interest of the country. So they do what they want to do.
But the people seeing what they are doing.
But nothing has been done. So that's what I said the last time, Abu. The government set up a very common, I would say, a very common attack system. And it worked on the opposition, it's working on the citizens in general. What happened? From the very first protest that the government encountered, you saw how they engaged it to the extent that people got killed in King George.
Okay.
So with that, you don't find Liberians seeing the importance of engaging the government and ensuring that the right thing is done. So because a few who can go there for Gregory Coleman to go other men to kill, to shoot. So all of these things is negatively affecting the running. Look at what is happening now, Abu. There is no day that you wake up in the country in a year but mysterious death. Are these things not important enough for us to talk about? Let's put this thing in our shoes. Some of these people that are dying, they are people on the children, people on the parents, people on the friends. So these things today are happening, and we don't see it important. We don't see it to be a talking point. But these things happened before, and we thought that these were the things that we should discuss. These were the things that we should talk about, Abu. What has gone wrong? Look at the kind of things that is happening. When last during the Weir's administration, when was the last time you saw somebody killed and put in black plastic? This is the second time that we are seeing this. Mysterious deaths that have occurred other places. Let's compare. We've seen people that they have found their body with.
So basically, what it says to a lot of us out there, particularly the ordinary people who fell for the lies and the propaganda, is that it is untrue when the United Party made you to believe that the mysterious deaths were the happenings of the government or the president. It was complete lies. A lot of you bought it. A lot of you, I used to hear some of you would discuss it as though you were present, you were there and you saw government official and admitted these things. Some of you would sound like that. You would deceive your own people, your own family. So the fact that it continues in the government that you support, and in fact it is happening at a whole different level, says that you lie on. So probably the CDC, to be specific, is using this movement as a moment for the Liberian people to see clearly, and then also allow them an opportunity to vindicate from the lies.
So Abu, if this is not considered as a mysterious death or ritualistic or alleged ritualistic purpose, Abu, why you would think this is? Look at this: a person killed, tied in black plastic and tied on the motorbike. If not for ritualistic purpose, what do you think, Abu? Like in the past, we saw people laying by the roadside naturally, without these things. But it was made to appear that we are in his government were killing them. So who are they that killing those people now? Or who are those that killing the people now, Abu? Let's be sincere to ourselves in our country. This thing, if we can speak against it today, is going to continue to happen even after this government, successive government will come in. What is going to happen when Liberians continue to die like this? And some of the few, because I'm a government, I must try to protect my government interests. I must try to protect my government image. Is this a point that our country is running to? We Liberians are the cause of our own problem, and it's sincere. We are the cause. Until we can get done with that mindset that, hey, this is my government and my friend over there with that man that minister, my brother that minister in the government. So whatever it is, whatever that it is that is done against the interest of our country, no, once my brother is working, he's taking his salary, I can go to him and get Tony that and give me my one bag of rest. I ain't gonna hang about what is happening to anybody else in the country. Until we can change from that mindset. It happened before. We criticized it. Today, the very people that criticized it before are the ones now trying to defend, put up a defensive system now, and they are here appreciating these things. Some of us, go to my Facebook page. Facebook can remind us. Go there and see some of what we said. When people felt we were supporting the Weas administration, look at some of the things that we said against the very Weas administration. But this is where we are today.
And that is the hypocrisy with our people, right? Because listen, and we will not make progress if we make our politics personal. And a lot of you out there make this politics so personal. The fact that you ignore the issues that are happening in the country and be wasting your time on, we are not coming back. We are not coming back. We are not coming back. That means you have bundled up your vision. You've bundled up your goal, your everything in life. You bundle it up and just subjected it to the hate for one man, right? Weah has the right to come back if he so desire, right? And there is nothing you can do about it, and it is not subject to how you feel. Weah return is not subject to how you feel, whether you like it or not. And the more you say these things, the more you are giving other people reason to consider Weah return. And I saw one of Bwaka's ministers, a lot of them are so very reckless and childish. The other girl from Foreign Affairs, they try to accommodate her. I don't know, in working assistant minister for what? Say Charisma. That girl then I used to be passing her doing beauty pageant business. So she's there, and then she wrote on social or Facebook that we are not coming back. How is that supposed to be an issue
for you to start thinking about
of national debate
in your second year, not
in year two,
campaign,
whether Weah comes back or not, right? Why are you also troubled about Weah return and you're so concerned that even if you're on your lunch table, somebody rack your door, the first thing that comes from your mouth, we are not coming back? Somebody passing behind a window, they say, "Oh, man, hello." You say, "We are not coming back." How? I mean, what is the problem? Where's the panic coming from? Where's the fear coming from? Your imagination have started to haunt you so early, right? Started to haunt you so early, so you have to just do the right thing and ignore Weah and deliver for the Liberian people. Yeah, now. Like we said, the APRC folks. So let's read out for you for your information purpose. On this one, it says new price ceiling for petroleum products, fuel, oil, and gasoline on the Liberian market, effective 7 April 2025. That was yesterday, right? So the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, in close consultation with the management of the Liberia Petroleum Refinery Company, LPRC has announced that the prices of fuel oil and gasoline are unchanged respectively according to them, right? But now, let's go for the retail pump price. The retail pump price is $3.96, which is $790. $790. The gasoline was around six something, 600 and change. And you telling me $790, almost 800, but you say it's unchanged, right? And then fuel oil is $850. Fuel oil used to be 700 and change, and you're telling me $850, but it's unchanged, right? So you're imposing hardship and suffering on the people, but you're still making it feel like they deserve it. They should close their mouth. That's what they deserve. Nothing has changed. That's your life. But proceed from this money do not benefit the very people, but it benefit the few in power. It allowed them to send their children to international schools. It allowed them to consider sending their families to Ghana, Nigeria, Morocco, and other places for medicals, while our clinics and hospitals and schools are left in ruins. And all of these things. Since the government came, the Ministry of Education has launched no massive infrastructural and progressive reform agenda. Absolutely not. We've not seen it anywhere. In fact, the Minister of Education looks very clueless. She seems very clueless on what to do, where to start from. Absolutely, she has no clue. Right? But yet, you're imposing taxes, increasing levies, increasing tariffs, and the end consumers are suffering the pinch of it. But all you do to justify these things is to look in people's face and write on your social media, we are not coming back. But let's see how the Liberian people are going to react to all of these. See, sometimes these are the conversations in the community. These are the things that really matters to the people as they go about their daily hustle. Men used to buy a fuller bread, a big long fuller bread for $100. The man goes to buy.
I think $70 or $50.
No, the man goes to buy the bread, the big fuller bread. They're telling him 120 or 140. Me, I can take my time. I go and be asking for the thing prices.
The sizes of that, I think, has also reduced.
Yeah, drastically. So the one the man used to buy for $50, the $50 one you're talking about now, that they're charging for $70.
Even the one we can call it Fantine bread.
Yeah,
it was previously sold for $100 for the ones that can be in the full.
Yeah,
it was sold before for $100, but now I think it's
$150.
Yes, something around there.
It's $150. And then when you don't need rocket scientists, you don't need expert to come sit down and tell you. When you're driving going home, Banavie Junction, just call the bread chain and say, I want bread. Even that bread used to buy for $100 in the pack, the plastic bag.
And not just the issue of food, Abu, even cosmetics and all of that are increasing.
Okay.
Trust me, some of the spray you used to buy before for 20. Now the president
ain't no cosmetic on that church. Some people can decide to buy their lamp.
They will bring it to you now and be telling you it's 30, 25 lies and all of that. So everything, when you say these things, the people feel like, oh, you see, this is a propaganda.
No, but those are the bread and butter
issues. These are the reasons for which Liberians thought that they could not continue with George Weah. I don't know how long you will say to realize that.
So the question becomes, what has changed? And this information about the council of churches, the Muslim council appealing with, the minority bloc I'm told it's a blatant lie, it's a propaganda from Jeremiah, not Jeremiah Kuhn, but Richard Kuhn. Don't fall for it. It's a lie, it's a deception. We're all waiting for the code. These different bodies have not spoken. This thing has happened ever since they have not spoken. So why now? That the code is supposed to be coming up and they concocted that lie. But however, let's get back to the real issue that's confronting the people out there. Distances that used to pay $150 for, they're telling you $200. Distances that used to pay $300, they're telling you are $400 or $350, right? Thereby impacting the price. Now, the government created a disturbing chaos in the transportation industry or the movement by implementing, right, unthought of policies. The motorcycle restriction policy was not well thought of. Now we are beginning to see it. See the number of human beings that line up the streets.
Before the taxi drivers were carrying three at the back, but today
they're carrying 4 in the back and 2 in the front. So we have gone back to the child status era. And police, it's normal. I've seen several taxi cabs where you got 2 in the front, 4 in the back. And even the passengers are okay with it because they scramble for transportation.
Imagine you're standing fighting for a car and all of
exactly.
that. Somebody can stop and tell you, see, one person, there's a 2 person in the front seat, you will say no to him. No, you don't. Even if a baby ballot boy will not be able to sit, you will be forced to manage, and that's where we are.
So these are the changes that have happened in your life that does not reflect the rescue you were promised, that does not reflect the change you were assured, that does not reflect the experience that we were told about Mr. Boakai and what he could do differently. Forget about all of the propaganda optics that are out there to deceive you. But what is happening when you go in the market, what you are confronted with, you know it, right? When you go in the market, the $20 pepper par, you know what it used to be like before, right? So nobody's going to mesmerize you about that. So the real issue about you today, your life, is what we are talking about. Even the data cost, right? You might be paying the same money for the data, but the duration is not the same.
The data have reduced. The data have drastically reduced, and maybe
So if you used to use one megabyte, right?
So what
1,000 megabyte for, let's say, 4 hours straight, it has reduced to something like 2 hours.
So what is happening, Abu? Data have reduced. Let consider it that way, right? The issue of data have reduced, and the fight here is, $1 before used to give you 2 gigabytes of data, but it has reduced to 1.75. 1.75 gigabyte. 1.75 gigabyte. And the days as well that it used to run for have reduced. Before, I think it was for 3 days, but now it has reduced to a day. So even the data that we used to buy, like I used to buy sometimes the $5 megabyte for 14 days, sometimes 30 days, depending on the one you want. It has also reduced. And all of these things are happening today. You know the guys, Abu, those guys are crafty. You know, they are the devil.
And remember the campaign and the protested here for data business under we
got records of.
So they should be making the data regime much more better, much more affordable, much more reliable, and much more guaranteed. That's what they should be making the data regime. So, and they're trying to divert these real-time issues and replace it with this "we are not coming back" debate. And that thing is not going to work. We're going to keep the conversation about what the government promised and what the government is doing. These early failures and these early blunders, you will have to confront them and provide explanation to the Liberian people as to why. Why are prices going up? Why are taxes being increased? Why are we seeing more businesses closing now? Right? When you promise that as soon Baka is elected, all of the NGOs will come to Liberia. That job will waste. Say you will not need free tuition because the people parents are not working. Say you send the people parents home, they are jobless, they are not working, to paraphrase Mr. Baka, right? And then you say free tuition. No, give the people parent job. So Mr. Baka, it's been 16 months since you assumed the presidency. So where are the jobs? Where are the opportunities? All we see are different releases about increment in taxes. You're increasing taxes on people who are not working. You're making life difficult for people who are still struggling, right, to earn a living. So now you will thereby deny other people the privilege to enjoy from basic social services. Because if you increase what? If you increase the price for what? LEC, let's say LEC token. I'm told they have done it in ways that when you buy LEC meter, they will have to take some kind of let me get it right. But they will definitely take some money from you that that we are not used to seeing happen. And these things have been raising concerns. It has been raising eyebrows, and a lot of critical people have been asking, why is it happening the way it is happening? And it is important for the people to provide answers and explanation to the very people that they are providing leadership for. Leadership is not operating in vacuum. No, absolutely not. You're not operating in vacuum. So obviously, any policy. Say, why does LEC reduce 10 kilowatt from token purchase at the beginning of every month.
Yes.
So at the beginning of every month, the government steals 10 kilowatt. So if you buy 10-hour current, the government will take 10 kilowatt from there. Right? So they will reduce your current. For those of you, the ordinary people, you don't know, all you care is as soon as your current finish, you go, you buy current. Every purchase you make, the government take 10 kilowatts from on your current. This thing did not happen when Weah was president. It is happening when Bwaka. But Bwaka said, under Weah, electricity was expensive for you and you were suffering, right? But the government now, under Bwaka, is stealing your current. When you pay your money, you buy a current. At the end of the month, they steal 10 kilowatts from there. So what is the explanation? Where is the rescue?
So even like I was saying the last time, right? So if I hear what to save the cost and pay and purchase my LEC token, and I'm able to buy like $40 or $50 current, which I can use to my horse because of the time I don't normally sit home. I know I should work in for an hour or two. I'm done. So if I want to use like $50 or $40 or $50 current to just save myself a cost for the next 3 to 4 months, LEC is telling me even when I got even when I purchased that $50 current,
each other month is also 10 kilowatt, 10 kilowatt.
So every month I am also supposed to recharge. So then what's the essence? It's almost like GSM companies telling us, even though you get 50 minutes on your phone that you're supposed to use, but even when the 50 minutes there, you just force you compare the recharge.
Because they want to take the 10 kilowatt from you.
It makes any sense.
You got it. So you see.
So I'm here now. LEC will come and say, oh, for example, maybe I recharged like 4 months before. And LEC will come and check your meter. Maybe, okay, it's confirmed that 4 months ago, he got recharged $50 current. He got recharged $50 current. So now, the $50 current that he got recharged. It said don't know. He still got current in his meter, but they're telling you why you have not been recharging. It make any sense? So I don't know. This is a crafted plans to ensure that the government continue to steal from the citizens. It's not encouraging people. You know, you can't be trying to fight power theft, LEC. You cannot be trying to fight power theft. Then you're trying to strangulate to create more bureaucracy for which the people should continue to steal.
And they did these things secretly. A lot of you purchasing token, you are not aware of these things, but the government has been doing this thing to you for long. You see, they increase the prices of basic consumables, and the lay current you can put on. They say you may not do power theft. They bring people, they will humiliate you, they'll put chain on you, they put you in pickup. You see police people kicking some of our citizens for power theft. So people say this thing here is disgracing. So basically, what we're going to do, Hagar, please continue from here.
Yeah, so Abu, you know, it is something, you know, the guys will continue to steal from you because they know that you and I, not many of us can go be checking behind to see what the current is like, how many kilowatt I am supposed to receive and all of that. So that the government is creating more bureaucracy for the citizens than it's supposed to solve problems, because you cannot have the country, you cannot have the citizens who cannot afford. Many of them, they even feel stressed to purchase current, but again, because they don't want to be caught into stealing. So you find them making efforts to purchase current, but that money they can be using. Imagine buying $5 current, $5 1,000 now. And Abu, there's one of the things here is LEC now. If you want to purchase LEC token, and you want $5 current, for example, and you not get a $5 US, you must be carrying around $1,050.
Yeah, you must.
So LEC got they don't go by the government rate, even though that government entity, but LEC don't go by the government rate.
And I'm told they have added taxes to the current. So you pay tax, they steal your kilowatts, right? Your kilowatt. Then what Hagar is also talking about. So you're creating. I mean, I'm not understanding the government's desperation to exploit the Liberian people, right? By all means possible, to be able to sustain themselves in their different offices and buy bulletproof car for the president. You put tax on the on the citizen. You say the current year, you do it, you put everything. You see the charge of using the current year, that 10 cents. Then when I go to buy the 10 cents, that 10 cent current you giving me, that's what I pay for. But then my 10 cent current, you say I'm gonna pay tax for my own 10 cent current what I buy. Then I pay tax. Then when I finish paying tax, then you say you get another I don't know, levy or what thing again. You say out of that 10 cent current, if it's supposed to give me 5, it's supposed to give me 30 megawatt, you will take a 10 from there. And I'm told it increases based on your purchase. For those that are buying the $100, the $50, you know, many a time, some of you will not pay attention to these small details because you think you're buying in mass. But for those of you that are buying like $100, the government will take around 30 to 40, right?
So every $5 current you buy, they take 10.
Yeah.
So imagine if you are buying $10, they take 20. So if you buy $20, they will take 40.
So you just do the math.
If I'm buying $40 current, they are taking 80. So you see where we are,
right? Kilowatts. So if you're buying $100 current, they will take pretty close to how many?
If you buy $100 current, you take about 100 or 100 plus kilowatt.
Kilowatt, they will take it from your.
Yeah.
So, and that is a lot of money. So it leaves you now, if your current used to carry you for maybe 1 month, based on your appliances you have, it will come down to something like 2 weeks, and then you're wondering what is happening. No, it's the government. It's a rescue government that's rescuing your meter and stealing your current from inside. I think this is bad. This is equal to exploitation. And then when you come on the goods and services side, right? You come for your different basic consumables. When you enter the supermarket, yeah, the price has gone up. Costs and internet. So the government is exploiting from you on every front. They're not one aspect. All of the aspects of your livelihood. During weird time, we used to say government and move the other tax. It was a people-centered government. They call it the poor. A lot of you used to be making mockery.
They used to be making mockery when they heard that the government reduced tariff on chicken feed, mosquito coil, and all of that.
Yeah.
But these are the ones that directly benefit the common man who
is
not riding the BB car.
So government policies were about the people. But now policies are made for the elite. For them, they wouldn't have problem because they have the money. Their paycheck can underwrite.
It is intended to continue to keep them in their luxury.
Correct.
So the common men are paying for their luxury. When you're hearing that they say Patrick Honda machine is taking over $3,000 every month, oh yes, it's coming from you and I. The money we can use to pay LEC bill. Every time you go buy gas, there is a tariff that is paid when you buy. Once you can buy gas, once you can pay LEC bill. These are places you pay your tax.
So they want to keep you distracted with this whole weird thing. We are not coming back. We are coming back. Look. Must not be your concern. Survive your health, the education of your children, the conditions you live in, right? The social services and immunity you enjoy from your country. How are they coming forth? Right? The cost of life for you as a human being. How much does it cost you to live as a regular human being in Liberia today? To what it was must be what that matters to you now. When we reach to 2028, we'll talk about whether we are coming back, we are not coming back. You can't be imposing taxes on the people and then be diverting the people's mind to we are coming back, we are not coming back. You just leave that one and forget about that one. That must not be your concern. We are saying these things now. But look, the pinch of all of what we are telling you now will start to hit home in 3 to 4 months from now.
Yeah.
3 to 4 months from now, we will not be doing the talking anymore. You are going to be doing the talking.
And in fact, you might even start you improve your own from the talking, the cursing.
Because mind you now, the Liberian business community already, you know them.
They got issue too.
They let exploiting already. Liberian men only know how to care press up, but to bring it down, no. So when government put it on them, when they come to you, they will most likely quadruple.
Mm-hmm.
And then they will start to give all kinds of reasons. Say, you don't see the rate, you see the transportation.
Yeah. Now you see somebody will go people back from their garden, they bring it in red, they say, then they carry the press, they made it pass small with your eyes and they say US rate up.
So when corn season reach, the Oma tell you say the corn what you bought.
They used to buy that they say 120, 130, 150 when your eyes and they say US rate up.
Don't argue with the Oma.
That is it. So for now, many of you stay in your honeymoon. Abu, let's be frank. Many of those guys still feel like, oh yes, they are still hopeful. That why I went on one of my guys post the last time. He was speaking in a kind of mesmerizing way. So I went and say we are still hopeful. So you find many of these guys not wanting to come out now because they feel like they still hopeful that their name will surface. So as a result of that, they feel that why I see my brother who's in Kewu there, they can talk plenty and all of that. They stay acting, but it will reach to a point now where there will be no other option now but to give into reality. And at that point, it will be late for you. It will be late. I told people always, let me say this to you. Abu and I here, many of us here, we've had the offers to let go of this struggle. We've had the offers to let go of this struggle.
To abandon the Liberian people. What was it? Oh.
Some of us, we don't want to be inconsistent. Like you see our brother Costa. How many of you now believe in Costa ideology? How many of you
All this man will do, we'll be talking Sarifo story and Lala's story about how he walked from Songa to Monrovia, which is not true. It is a blatant lie. This man did elementary school in Sierra Leone. So from elementary school all the way, I'm told, to junior high, you're in Sierra Leone going to school. So at what stage in his life he walked from Wonsonga to Monrovia? When he came to Monrovia, we saw him in CWA, senior high. So where he passed from Wonsonga to Monrovia, this is blatant lie. This is how, when they say politicians deceive the people for vote, Baka is a classic example of that. Look at Mr. Cummins. You can have all of your issues with Mr. Cummins, but Mr. Cummins is investing in the Liberian people. You can point to something. You see, you are understanding what driving the street. You has luxury, you can drive a car, but you see people all along the side. And you say, okay, I will go into transportation, I will do something. What did Baka do?
You out of government is making more impact than Baka in his entire year in government. Baka is only constrained to appoint people now because he's the president of the country. But Baka, you outside of politics is making more lively impact. Then you got people assigned to his cemetery.
You got people to his farm.
You got people to his station. You is now about to give over 900 young people jobs
in the transportation service.
What has Baga done?
And he has been running that thing for some time
outside of government. I think we can pick us.
What did he? So you just wasted our time with the old man trying to pamper him, making this. This was a mistake. I mean, Baka's profile cannot be president in any sound country. Baka's profile, and we should judge all of ourselves by that. We must demonstrate the ability to empower, the ability to develop, the ability to build people. Then those are the people who must make leader. UA can be a better president than Baka. Demonstrate that UA has been helping homes and families in this country. Cummins, the records are there. This is the least that we're able to make president. And somebody want to make it seem like that any kind of Messiah. Messiah where? A man who feel managing his own life, making meaning all of his own life. He had to beg for anything and everything. Only like, bro, man. Let's take calls.
0776 104 104 086 500 104 plus 231 886 500 104. The numbers you can call us.
So tell us, maybe your life is better now. How much you are buying all these things?
Right here, right now. Let's talk to this first caller. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Freedom SS70. Good morning to my peace-loving people of the Republic of Liberia. Good morning to you, Brother Abulu Sherry, and one down Hagar in studio. So thank you very much for the topic of the discussion this morning. By the way, the introduction, I'm Epanso A.S. Kamara. I to join this conversation this morning from a peaceful resident to be perceived transform our community within District Number 10, relatively poor road. Thank you for the fascinating topic. That is the reality. Presidency is not something that you just offer somebody with a free. It's something that you need to work for. It's something that you need to demonstrate the leadership ability. It's something that you need to show tangibility, visibility that people will see.
Because
free. When you are, I say that.
Go ahead.
Okay, if you are leading people, you should be instrumental. You should be energetic to make it happen because you are part of the nation. But let's get on the reality. If they in our country we make people leaders be unsettling because they are relative or friends to all. No. Competences is matter. When you are competent, you are successful. So you will be able to bring anything to the table to escalate the reality. And it's another moment, it's one of the president that we can stay and making president of this country. It's going to be so around the world. It's true.
Oh wow. 0776 104 104. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
Okay. How you doing, Chief?
Morning. Go ahead. Okay, 0776 104 104 086 500 104 are the numbers you can call us on right here and be a part of today's edition of the program. Plus 231 886 500 104 *799# reply with number 11 for Freedom FM. Let's see whether we've made progress on that end. Morning.
Good morning.
You're live on the radio. Go ahead.
This is for the AB. Speaking from Kingsville.
Okay.
The contact. I'm confirmed with LEC. One is that you put on road, I want to inform you on it. You guys are really serious for us. Even if you have money in your meter, and you don't buy it every month, that you have 2 months, you got credit or you travel, you came back, the deal charge will deduct 2.5 from each of the month. I mean, if you pay $15, you will take $5 out of it and you $10 credit. And every month
For the 2 months that you miss out.
Yes. When I got my meter and recharge, I had sufficient credit. So after February, when I want to recharge March, I was supposed to pay for February and January.
Even though you did not use current for February and January.
No, I didn't use your current, but I had credit on my own account.
Okay. So, but because you did not make new purchase, for those months.
You get it right. So that had a token server told me the solution to your problem, even if you have credit, every month make sure to recharge.
Oh, but that's what I'm going through.
Now for 3, 4, 5 months, the day you have to recharge will take all.
That thing happened to me. I bought $40 current, and later when a guy came to do some work to the house, I had to buy additional $20 current. So I had $60 current I bought. So it was like 4 or 5 months I did not. When I went to recharge, I bought the first $20 current. I go they send me message of 0.0 kilowatt. I was like, why? So when I consulted a guy who is working with the LEC around me, he said, oh, you've not recharged for maybe a certain time. So that's why they took it. You have to recharge again. And again, when I recharged additional $10, they took
imagine
$5 from there.
Imagine they're taking millions from people all around here.
Yeah.
My very self I've been experiencing it, but you know, normally when I go.
Good morning.
Good morning, Abu Ega.
You live on the radio. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you for the platform and the fascinating discussion this morning. I bore one this morning with the presentation. I'm Rodelius ASEOGIO, and I join you from my combatant resident on this platform this morning. Like said, you get like the foreign tariff issue, you get increasing it. Right now, if you are privileged to go and buy the $5, if you carry in loyalty, they will charge you $1,100. That's why you will pay. $1,100. That's why you will pay. Now, before we have time when you recharge $5 current, they used to watt. If you go 8 kilowatts.
We are telling how many kilowatts $5 current is to give you?
Yeah.
We are telling how many kilowatts $5 current is to give you? 18 kilowatts.
They're getting you 8 kilowatts.
So they take out 10 kilowatts from there.
They're getting 8 kilowatts. So the issue about we see people should not be that.
So you see, Liberians, where the focus should be. These are the real issues you should be focusing on, and don't be wasting your time on whether we are coming back or not.
They are diverting the minds of the people on we are not coming back issue.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Let them more calls.
Thank you. Let's take this.
They're stealing from you every day, and then the council media and be diverting your attention.
Go ahead, Chief. Morning.
Yeah, my name is Boga Kane, and I'm calling from Jersey Street, Nimba community. You see, the strategy here is that the government does not want to discuss about what is happening in the country. So, if people want to discuss it, they divert you to whether we not come tomorrow. And it's very bad. The government is behaving uncivilized, seriously, because they're not treating the citizens correctly. So, it's very bad. We thank you for the platform this morning.
Thank you. Let's talk to this person. Morning.
Yes, good morning.
You live. Please be audible, Chief. Morning.
Yes, Brian calling from SKT Bolova. Concerning the LEC issue, I was not well. I fell off and then they took me to the hospital. So when I stayed like 3 months in GSK, when I came home, I went to buy credit to Bolova Junction. I bought $15 credit, put in the meter. The middle of the current instead come on. So I call one LC guy to look at it for me. People got no current in the middle. I said, but just for credit. So I took the people to Mirabel office inside the world. They get check it, but you put in LC for 3 months. I said, but I'm using the middle. I was sick. I'm in the hospital. I can't even bring my hospital people and show they are using it. That one room, I'm in the middle.
So you carry the hospital people to them?
Yeah, I said I can bring the people in the show that not to the hospital. Nobody in my room and the door was locked. He gets it only for 3 months. You only $60. I said, but I put $50. They have to pay $60. We are correct. I said, but I'm using it.
But they won't see you.
No, serious, Abu. Don't see you for joke.
It happened to me when I moved to my new, it happened to me when I went out there. I spent, I don't know how many dollars, right? So for all the time, the person apartment was, there, and no tenant was inside for I don't know how many more, I think 5 to 6 months. So I had to clear all the water before I get current.
Okay. So let's talk to more persons here. Morning.
Yeah, good morning, Abu and Eka.
Morning, Chief.
Yeah. Actually, let me just say I really enjoy the way you're doing the platform. The government suffering us so much. We never thought of that. Because the big government all the time, especially in the hill, when people claim that he has 40 plus years no experience to come now, in that there is no offer connection now for all we are being beneficiary of. But instead, now imposing high class tax or tariff on citizens, it baffles us. You will know that even the great America, when you hear about way back or civil war came about, where they lasted for 30 years, those are things that wrote about it. Because Aristotle said that poverty is the parent of revolution and crime.
Okay.
As long people hungry, that's problem for them. Or people suffering, that's problem. Let people change that bro.
Okay. And but you gotta guess what?
Uh-huh.
The LEC has been increasing all this tariff and stealing from the people all this money, but still CLSG can be sending letter that they didn't pay their money.
They pay their money. Let's talk to Edmond. Edmond, morning.
Morning, my dear brother. How are you?
Relatively okay. Go ahead.
Okay. If we talk about increase, zero commodity, but the price is increased and the quantity is reduced. Look at the bread we're talking about. You go to the farmer shop, if the taste is the bread that you could buy from the farmer, to be telling you, $30, $35. And then when you pay for it, it's reduced. Okay? On this road, those of us that are near the road, when it used to be 3 o'clock, from 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, you will see the guy landlord. These days, you don't see it. The LEC issue, that is a serious issue that we are facing. When you put $10 and you don't finish it, or whether you finish it, one time you don't buy, you will clear all from there. So like sometimes it's back your play, you go. You 1 month, 2 months, when you come back, you put the money there, show that they got to clear all. So that is a serious issue that they really need to look at. So instead of them looking at those issues, they are talking here about President. We are you are here into 60 more. We should talk about governance here. Yes. People, you're looking at all of the issues, you are not addressing it. Are we there? No, we're not discussing that right now. The level, you get a rescue, you can't be government to rescue the people to experience a lot of hardship. You have no ability, you have no clue to be able to.
Okay. All right, Edmond. All right.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, this is Bo Lebanti calling from Upper Keba. My concern has to do with this administration regarding Joey are not coming back, Joey will never come back, he will never come back. That's not what we want, and that is not what the way he elected for. they were elected to improve the lives of the Liberian people.
Correct.
I was speaking now. I want to be dismissed EPS agent. My registrar had just called me 10, 15 minutes ago. I never even register my children, but they both consider me up to present and speak to you in that honor. He refused to pay us. We say airways, no redress. Why such a president would be so heartless?
And they're about to put your children out of school.
Of course, I'm speaking to you now. I read at the approaching the campus to where appeal. How you appeal that you don't register your children? They mean that the school, they call the school higher level, right up at Keba.
No, go ahead. Because that means, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So what you want us to do? And we are not senseless enough to get into the streets of Monrovia to say we're protesting. We are trained. And the man that brought on the system of government, he is a very peaceful man. So it's very, it's hard. Now I know how to classify the other leader. Okay. Any downside she writes that what she pays.
All right, thank you. Let's
talk to this person. Okay, this person.
Morning.
Morning. You know, this issue, my name is Agustin.
Go ahead.
You know, this issue actually is not political. This one is not political.
No, this is non-political. This is that, and I want Liberians should start doing. Just stop being political about everything. Let's focus on the real thing that matters to us.
Yeah, so when it comes to the livelihood of the Liberian people, it's not political. This issue about LC is a total this stealing they are doing for the Liberian people. You cannot be stealing from your citizen. You, the government, who's supposed to be creating a livelihood for the people, opportunities for the people. You cannot be the one suppressing the people, exploiting the people. There is complete exploitation the government is carrying on against the Liberian people. Yesterday, when issues were happening about GSM companies, we say, yes, indeed, these are companies. They need to make money. But what about LC that belongs to the Liberian government? LC is stealing for the Liberian people. Look, it's so much disappointing.
I know, right? Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is Borakana.
Go ahead.
I'm calling from Johnson Street.
Okay.
You see, the government does not want for people to discuss the main issue on the ground. This is why whenever you want to talk about it, then they will say, Georgia will not go back again. So it's very bad and it's uncivilized because the government is proceeding very wrongly.
Okay. Very uncivilized. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to Abu once again and good morning to Hega. This is Alfonso Kama. I will on the line.
No, Alfonso, we can't take you more than one time on the same subject. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, this is Big MG. I'm calling from Rivertown.
Go ahead.
You see, we Liberians, we are cowards. It is because of cowardice things are going against the population. What NEC is doing is a complete robbing the citizen. Why? When you don't use the current, the day you go pay, then they thought the one you don't use. That alone is a criminal behavior. So what we need, by joining mass protest, we the customer, you come on the compound, at least and see the management. Or as you feel or even your day. So what they are doing is not correct. A complete stealing. And they always taking the court. They cannot inform when they're ready to just go now, area. You get your food in the freezer, it's damaged. Who is responsible to repair your food that you bought
another thing there. They're ready to just take current anyhow.
The terrible thing is, even when you are facing challenge in your community, like now my community has been up since Friday. Only because one of the tension line got damaged and no current, but it's kind of when you pay for the time.
Okay, Jensen G, thank you very much. And so these things, you see, this is what affecting your life. Now we are coming back or not. These are the issues. You go in the market, then now we are coming back, you go in face. Good morning, let's hear you.
Morning, Abu and Hika.
Morning, man.
Yeah, I'm taking you. They say we can't afford doing it. We the situations are suffering. They say we can't afford doing it. New quarter. they helping people to that station. Because try, we can go to your phone and your make contact for us. Some can go through help for all of their people to be helping us. So us suffering. No, all my people part of us. We suffering, so us suffering. We suffering really not small things. So your phone out to the station, you make contact the same way. I'm what we are
No, the biggest contact we can make is to mount the necessary pressure on the government for the government to focus on the issue and deliver for all of us. I can't guarantee that I will come here and do the government job for them. The government took oath to make our life better and make us happy, and they must do that. I can't guarantee that I will come here and start substituting and doing the government's job when they're being paid thousands of taxpayers' dollars. Hussein, let's hear you. Defense and respond.
So it's never a bad thing when a Liberian citizen wants to be a humanitarian, more especially on a radio show. It's not a bad thing. That is not a crime.
You want to contribute to the video?
Yeah. So
and you won't be humanitarian. How much do you have? We can send it to the woman. I got her number.
So when you
why are you laughing?
When you create an avenue where people have to call and
but the avenue there now, and you're giving the government money to, like you can be calling on different touch. So help somebody now. The woman says she's suffering. How much do you have? I will add my own to it.
Okay, yeah. So
no. This is the avenue. How much do you have to help the lady? This is a Liberian citizen.
This is a phone, right? She's in need. She hasn't come out. No, she hasn't come out to tell us the help she wants.
No, right? She in need. She's suffering.
When somebody tells you they're suffering, I mean they get money to pay their children's school fees. They get money to go to the hospital.
No. Yeah, tell us you get 1 bag of red, 2 bag of red. What do you have to help this woman? I'm talking about nobody.
A little amount for business, right? Sometimes some of them want rice, some of them want zinc.
Yeah, so what you can help with? Because you're the one they're giving government money to.
So let's call back and tell us what you want.
Yeah, schemers.
Right? Anything got no more? Moving forward.
Just tell you provide a bag of rest for the woman. Then they call her and tell her to come pick up the bag of rest, man.
Even the defense response team people that schemers, the people that defending the schemers.
No defense anywhere in this country.
Oh, you're not part of the brigade? They call a brigade? You there?
If you ever heard such name, it is false, misleading. Never.
My man, stop that thing.
Moving forward.
So the man can get you scratch card?
How you know?
No, the people can't give you scratch card. You on the radio and the guys are listening. They don't give you scratch card to call.
Do I look like a scratch card man?
When holiday coming, they can give you small thing.
Do I look like a person will receive $1 card or a $5 card for a government fee? I've been to radio program.
Okay. They come in saying your picture in the different ministries. We'll post it.
Your issue. So moving forward, right? I always want to discuss my mind. Yeah, so when a government comes to power, they elect the welfare and the well-being of the people who elected them. Mm-hmm. So if somebody would say the government have done nothing in terms of improving the life of the ordinary Liberian, then I think it would be disingenuous, right? Look at
who's saying? My man, different road connectivity, vision road, star road connectivity there. You steal your friend vision, you say you connecting road. We open the phone line, people calling say they're suffering. Wait. We open the phone line, people telling you they're suffering. Then say government improving life. So what kind of life they improving now? Because they can get you scratch card to call on radio show.
For the last 1 year plus, Quora have been stable. Unless you have with them.
The last one thing?
For the last 1 year plus.
Let's talk to this person morning.
Hello.
You live on the radio. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Arvin Johnson calling for tomorrow, station number 4. So the issue is still there. You see anything stealing from us. Every month, when you pull your credit, at the end of the start of the morning, they say the customer has service charge.
Yeah, but who's say you're enjoying you?
We can't be paying service charge for things that we already buying. We buy anything current. When you get you got to buy everything you got to buy. So why will we pay service charge for things that we buying?
When you buy it for you, at that moment, that token for you, you finish buying it already. You pay the cost for it.
Yeah, then why are we paying for service charge? You see, so the government is stealing. So another thing, This guy, they only thought I was killed. He was tortured. I saw that guy at the hospital. He was abandoned. They beat that guy and they dropped him to the hospital and he died. Nobody talking about it. Nobody reaching out to the family to find out what happened. Why we take the saw the body in and people leaving it. For me, I was there that morning. I know what I saw. So you got to pick up that because the government released first statement that the man died. So they're going to prepare his body. The body is going to be examined. You see the amount of beating marks that on the body.
Okay. All right, my brother.
So
I mean, that's indeed very serious, and the family too will have to come forth.
One of the big auditors in LRA. So there was something that you were auditing, and then it was trying to fall on the government.
All right, that one now your own understanding there now.
Kill that guy. You got to investigate the whole case.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Thank you very much. Okay. So after that, and you see how many calls we have? More than 10, 15.
More than 50 calls.
Right? Because we just opened a line with picking calls. Everybody is admitting to the fact that these things are happening. And you can't go and try to make politics with that and tell the people how you say the people's life are being made improve or better. The people telling you say we're suffering, we're hungry, we're suffering. They're stealing our current, they're stealing this. Then you say the government. So where's the government working? Talking about rural connectivity. Were rules not being connected here before you came? Rules were being connected. Tell me which one you broke ground for. Tell me which one you broke ground for. The one you broke ground for, that chicken soup factory, is stalled. Right? We're supposed to be seeing chicken soup factory in speed and velocity. But it's stalled. Your own project. But the ones that money were already there for, the people already working, and you going clean the one. Your own one where you start. Where you're supposed to mobilize the resources for and put real speed and velocity in. That the one that's stored now. People can't use that rule anymore. It's black.
And even some of those rules that
for months.
Some of those rules that were that everything about it was done during the previous administration. Those rules today are being abandoned, and funds from those rules are being redirected. If you look to see, there are several rules, especially one of the major rules. Imagine leaving from Kakata, and you earlier say leaving from Fendel. And you have to come to red light, come down to the Somalia Drive before finding means, or maybe using the Bartnersville end to go to Caldwell. But there is a shorter road over there from the Johnsonville turning point, passing straight in, going down to the Mount Coffee. But that road today, everything about that road was done during the Weir's
and they even started pavement.
They started working on that road, but today the government have abandoned that road and redirected the fundings for that road to another project. The project now we even yet to see it. So some of the roads that procurement and everything was done for all of what was needed to get the project started have been abandoned.
He made all his trip, he not bring money. David King, my man, we want to talk our next issue, but go ahead.
Yeah, quickly. That caller who just left the line, he stressed a very good point. I got a hint that that guy was tortured gruesomely, and his lively body was taken to the hospital, and he later died. So, but nobody is talking about the issue. All of the media houses, they are closed their mouth. Yesterday, during President Weir time, we are the auditor. The other man was running, I know, on the boulevard, broad daylight. He made accident, he died. They said that John Weir auditor. So the other man who ended in a flock, torture him, he died in hospital. LRA auditor, nobody see anything about it. Everybody here silent. So you guys need to flag the guy issue. You need to go to the hospital, let us know how the guy was brought there, what state he was in before his death. So we all need to get behind the thing and get to a logical conclusion. We shouldn't just sit there and let it be.
All right, thank you.
Talking about current, it was a current stable. Now the current came to my house for one.
My man, even if current is stable, nobody is against current being stable or not stable.
Current is not stable, brother. Right? I was sending myself up to 1 a.m. this morning before correcting. So the guy should not be seeing that kind of thing. We suffocating here. Thank you, man.
All right, thank you very, very, very much. But these are the issues, folks. And then we go back again to politics. So you see, we're just from discussing livelihood, right? What you need to survive, the cost of living, and every other thing that's required, every decision that the government is making. But then it comes a time where the citizen will have to make decision. And the decision citizens make must be informed by their life. So now we have a perfect opportunity in Nimba. It is evidentially clear that the citizens are unsatisfied, they are unpleased, they have communicated, they feel frustrated and betrayed. But the government is committed on stealing the election in Nimba. We'll keep telling you this. The government is committed on stealing the election in Nimba, and they are deploying their 2023 tactics. 2023, when they organized red berets and different malicious style groupings to go in the rural areas, the hamlets, the villages, the towns, and terrorize our people, right? Some of them sense fear in them to not participate in the election so that the so-called rescue reckless UPICs will have a chance. And this is the same strategy I'm told they're implementing in Nimba. There is this video here that I'm going to play, which we will also tie in with the subsequent resignation of the guy from the NEC office in Nimba. It is important when these things happen, and we are saying this for our international friends. We know the government is reckless, but we are putting this government on record internationally. So every time we say these things, there are a lot of people contributing and paying money for our democracy, for the health and well-being of the Liberian democracy. So when you give the money to the government uses the money and go on and carry out undemocratic things. We must send it to you that report. So the next time they come to you, don't put your taxpayers' money there. Don't give your taxpayers' money to these lawless people in power. So let's listen to this video. Either Gonglo where had gone somewhere. Hagar knows the town. What's the town? Ball play. Ball play. So either Gonglo where had gone ball play to campaign. Right? And then Koga and the United Party organized the gang. And these gangs are all over the place. You know, they attempted denying the woman from the National Elections Commission, but we challenged them, we exposed them, we told them that they couldn't. And all they did, they went and said, oh, the Elder Council, the zoos. No, ain't playing yet. That the zoos talk to them. Okay, that would be better. That the zoos talk to them, and that because the zoo talk to them, that no, they're not no zoo. We expose them, and the US and other partners call them and tell them that, look, this democracy must be harnessed, and there must be a level playing field that allows everybody their rights to form a part. So you saw them run to the MDR. They say, oh, withdraw your complaint. You think they did it willingly? They see the woman as a fear. And there is another one they also doing with Garrison Yellow supporters. You know, when Garrison Yellow was at the governance commission, right, Ega? He was able to connect a few citizens duly that started working there. So they've gone in the governance commission, all the Nimba people that are there. They put their name on one list, gave it to Jeremiah Kuhn. Jeremiah Kuhn called the people and told them that, look, in this by-election, if you do not go to Nimba to endorse Samuel Koga or call your family members, then we will be left with no option but to take you off the job. Hagar.
and Abu, that is where we are. You know, we started this thing, and we've been getting first hand information of how things happen in Nimba County during the course of the last elections. And there's a similar thing that is being used, similar strategy that is being used by the government. Uh, the first lady started with intimidating individuals who they consider as strong supporters or strong or opponents to them. Evidence of the fact that Abu, there are plans by the government to steal this election. That's why you saw that they started intimidating. How you call the lady? No, the lady from the NEC. So that entire thing about suspension was a way to instill fear in David Ethel Brown, so that when she go over there, she will know what to do in the interest of the government. So with that, yes, so we get to that one already. So let's get to this. A quick communication, Abu. Daniel Dansey, electoral supervisor, NEC Upper Nimba. Listen to this reading. April 6, 2020. This should be 2025. I think there was an error. Mr. Milton G. P., Magistrate, Upper Nimba National Elections Commission, Nimba County, Liberia. Reference, letter of resignation. Dear Mr. P., this communication serves as my official resignation from my post as Electoral Supervisor, Upper Nimba Office. I appreciate my time with the Commission or the NEC, and I pray for the peaceful conduct of the pending by-elections. For peace and our own safety, we therefore, listen to this, for peace and for our own safety, we therefore exit the Commission. Our doors remain open as our expertise will be needed. Documents in our possession will be given to the commander in charge.
You guys said what? For peace and what?
For peace and for our own safety.
That means there is an issue of safety in Nimba and within the local election body. The local election magistrate office in Nimba, they're being threatened daily, right? Their peace is being threatened by the regime. And this guy trying to save himself says, look, I'm going to leave this thing and just take my hand from inside because I want problem.
I want problem.
Is this how democracy defined? This is a clear example for those of you that can be talking, oh, blah, 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 you know, you're stopping. These are the moment where you have to be talking. Because the regime is hell-bent on denying Liberians the opportunity to make democratic decisions independent and void of interference. This is uncalled for. This is unacceptable. Candidates are being attacked. Rallies are being disrupted.
People are being prevented from entering towns and villages within the country, all orchestrated by the regime. And this is a plan that is being implemented by the regime's Kennedy, Abu. And you see, this is when we said that the election from Nimba, all that result you were hearing. Imagine towns that not even get 5,000 person getting 10,000 votes. These were the plans that were instituted and they work in their interest because they threaten the peace of our country. Part 2 on this conversation will come up tomorrow, Abu.
That's correct. So this is it. And because we already have our guy from the CDC, right? We already have our guy from the CDC. So it's important that we just make a very quick transition and talk to them about this upcoming CDC due payment, right? It's going to be interesting though. So yes, this break and we are going to be right back. Let's take this word from our guy Crime Stopper, Liberia, and we will talk to Mayango Jala.
It's time to show your loyalty and support.
Vibes with originalmods.com.
In their continuous effort to mobilize and recalibrate for a great comeback, the National Due Payment Committee of the mighty Congress for Democratic Change (CDC) invites all partisans, supporters, and sympathizers to the launch of the CDC National Due Payment on Saturday, April 12th at the CDC National Headquarters in Congo Town. It's time to show your loyalty and support for your dear CDC. By paying your dues, you will empower the CDC financially as she prepares to make a great comeback to national leadership in 2029. The launch will be led by First Partisan Dr. George Manawia, Party Chairman Janka Cole, Party Secretary General Jefferson Tambakoji, the Speaker of the 55th National Legislature, Councilor J. Fonati Kofa, Senior Senator of Magibi County, and Chairman of the CDC National Legislative Caucus, Nathaniel Falo McGill, the one and only Rescue Mother, Nora Finda Bundu, the Executive Committee members, and all party stars of the mighty Congress for Democratic Change CDC. The CDC due payment launch will climax with live performances by famous entertainers like Hipko King Takun J, Christoph the Change, and Afro-pop singer Dench. Also see live comedians Paul Flomo, Arthur, and Ojuku. Also see student leader, the famous Angel Michael, and many, many more. It's the launch of the CDC National Due Payment on Saturday, April 12th, starting at 10 a.m. at the national headquarters of the mighty Congress for Democratic Change in Congo Town. Be there, be there, be there.
Have you seen our beauty hospitals? Have you seen our beauty schools? Have you seen our beauty roads?
Okay, so we're back on Freedom 87.9, and of course, this is the final lap of the conversation here on the nation's premier breakfast platform. And of course, we are going home this morning with our dear friend, Mr. Mayango Jala of the CDC. Mayango, good. Okay. Mayango, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. Good morning to the Freedom FM family. It's a pleasure being here this morning to be able to hear and to inform our people about the more publicized and scheduled due launch that is scheduled for Saturday, April 12th at the CDC National Headquarters.
Much publicized CDC due. Why is this so important?
It is important because we feel that as part of our responsibility as partisans of the party, is not just to have physical support by coming out in our number, it's also by financially contributing towards the growth and development of our party.
A lot of your partisans have been kicked out of job. They're not working. Did you consider that?
Yeah, we consider that that's the reason why our due payment is focused on. We decided to do a $1, which we believe that one way or the other, our partisans will be able to afford it. That's why we say $1.
So you're so sure that all of your partisans can afford the $1 contribution? Is it monthly or it's just one?
It is monthly. It's $1 US per month, or equivalent in Liberian dollars.
Okay.
Every month you pay.
So is it compulsory or voluntary?
It is, like I say, by mandate of the constitution of our party, and people who are members of the party and know that obligation to the party and be obligated to pay that $1 every month.
So what qualifies a person as a member of the CDC?
Yeah,
that
but
put them in that category. What happens that make you that makes it binding to pay? Because during electoral processes there will be people that support. Is it anybody that wears a CDC T-shirt that supports the CDC standard bearer in an election? That means you have to pay due, or what is it?
Our target is member of the party. We CDC have members.
So who is a member of the CDC?
Members are people who take membership of the CDC.
Okay.
But identifying the CDC as a political party, and some of them been with the party since the formation of the party. Some of them join as their age, which as they read the age of vote, as they read voting age.
Okay.
So being a member of the party who know that the party needs to be supported, move on, and apart from this $1 per month, there are other support our member of our party have been doing. Some of them are voluntary, been printing their own t-shirts for political rally and other programs of the party. So we believe that, and it has been a call of many of our members, that due payment of the party should not only because the due payment is in place, but only restricted meaning to leaders of the party. But the member feel that it can't just be member just by coming a political rally. They believe that they own a responsibility to the political party. That's what, in the wisdom of our party, this year due launch, we decide to have various categories that is being listed, and we decided to include our general membership on the payment list.
So the general membership, if by paying the due, what does it guarantee? Does it guarantee the members in a stake?
Yeah.
And an extra stake in the party?
Yeah, by paying your dues in the party, you will have voice. In the party, you will have a legitimate voice when it comes to party having primary in 8 various districts for election. When it comes to major party decisions, you will have that legitimate voice to speak.
Okay, so in time past, they've not been having that.
They've been having that voice, but they were not. They've been having that voice.
But you're not been taking it serious.
Yes. Some
but
of
now
them
you're
feel
taking
that,
it serious when they pay.
No, some of them feel that their voice was not very strong because they are not paying you.
No, not about what they feel because you're not in their head. So what you in leadership been feeling about them because they've not been paying?
They feel not being part of the party because of due payment that have been put in place by the party for information. While the general membership has not included, only restricted to leader. So they feel excluded from the party. So it was based upon that backdrop that we decided to include them. And they have been part of decision making.
So what makes it important that any citizen out there listening to us who should see it very important to go and pay the $1 no matter what?
Yes, it is important because as your political party, it is important to pay due because it will help to financially strengthen your party, and it will help to prepare the party for all of features, upcoming programs, or all of future elections ahead of us. That will make it more important, but it's something that has to be someone you have to be obligated to as a member of the party. You feel that being a member of this party is not the object that is sitting somewhere. The party is us, so we'll be able to collectively put our hands where our mouth is.
It sounds good to me because what it says basically is gonna develop, that institution culture where it is the institution and not individual coming and bankrolling and becoming the law and gospel and all of that. Is that what's gonna be the case?
Yes, like for example, people may feel that the party will not depend on 1 or 2 persons that will just come maybe during election time, put money in the party and try to influence some decision. Because that's why in the wisdom of our National Executive Committee, it is important that every member to take ownership of the party should be able to work, contribute to the firepower of the party.
So how has the payment been so far?
Yeah, they are, for now, we did a 5-year strategic payment plan that will move on because the due payment started some around the end of last year in discussion and were passed by our party National Executive Committee.
So the time you're in power, you don't initiate due payment.
No, we're in power, there was due payment ongoing. Like I said from my earlier presentation, that the due payment was only restricted to leaders of the party.
Okay, so the general membership.
Yeah, the general membership was not really targeted. But this time around, because of the crowds, because every time we have meeting, the general membership are feeling why is it that we are not part of this process. And we are part of all the process in the party.
Okay.
So based upon that background that we decided to include it.
Okay. So tell us, you're talking something about how is it going now?
Yeah,
payment?
like I said, since it have been passed by the National Executive Committee, and there was a 5-year plan put in place, and there was a committee set up to ensure that we have a very transparent collection of due and be remitted into the party account. So there was account that were open, and all of these accounts are in the party name. So we have a GT Bank account, both Liberian dollar and USD. We have UBA Bank account, both USD and Liberian dollar. If you don't mind, I would like to read out.
Go ahead, you're free.
I would like to read out the USD of the GT Bank. We got 20, 33, 31, 29, 32, 10. That's the US dollar bank account of GT Bank. And the same number I just read go for the LD of GT Bank.
Read it again.
We got 20, 33, 31, 29, 30, 31, 10. Then we have UBA. The UBA due payment, we have two accounts, both US and Liberian dollar. We got 5, 3, 0, 3, 0, 3, 10, 0, 0, 26, 0, 3. Then we got the LD 5, 3, 0, 3, 0, 3, 10, 0, 0, 26, 12. Then for our people who may not have the opportunity to go to bank, we have a Orange Money account that is in the party name. We also have a mobile Lone Star mobile money account that is in the party name.
Okay.
But you know, for Lone Star, both you can operate account both US and you can take both US and Liberty. So it's one account. But it's an emergency that is in the party name. So you have to dial star 156 star 3 star. Then you dial 0886097451 hash.
That is for those that don't want to go to the bank.
Yeah.
They just use their phone.
They just use their phone. If you dial the number,
$1.
if you dial the number, then you follow the instruction of payment. When you confirm, there's a number we have that I about to read out that you can contact. Maybe you are far or you don't have to come at the headquarters. You can contact so to confirm your payment that was done.
So because I wanted to ask, then how does the record reflect that that person has paid the due for that month?
Yeah, for example, if you pay
through mobile money,
if you pay through mobile money, you have to left for the bank slip have to be taken at the party headquarters where we have the due office, and they are planning right after the launch to have a decentralized in the 17th district. Then we think about taking it to the 15 counties.
Okay, the mobile money, how does the record reflect that the person has paid?
If you do a payment, like for example, from your own mobile money account, you call the number 0778 22 77 58. If you call that person, they will to confirm your payment that you just made. Oh, I'm so and so person. I just made a payment to CDC mobile money account, so amount of dollars, and the person will look at the message on the phone because the message will reflect that you pay. Then you will be able to give your basic information, your name, your number, then your receipt will be issued because you have to give detailed information of.
So every time you pay, you have to be given a receipt.
Yeah, every cent you pay, even if you pay $1, you will be given a receipt, and that receipt will be given to you, and it will be reported in your due book that you pay for January $1, for example, and it will be.
So how sure can the ordinary people be that this deal will not be used end up in the pocket of the big party people?
Yeah, that's the reason why the party right after the launch, there will be planning to have maybe quarterly or yearly report in terms of what was collected and what was used. Every breakdown, there will be a public report that will be done by the party to its general membership.
Is the party earmarking major projects to do?
Yeah, the party is earmarking major projects to speak now. You know, we have in place or plan or having our each county should have its own headquarters not being rented, and there were land that were bought in some county Yeah, quite recently I was on a trip with the national chairman in Magibi, where we have one of our property right on the main road in Kakata. So we went there, we assessed the area, and coroner to speak. There's a draft being made for that place, and that the draft of that headquarter will be used in the 15 countries. So there are plans on the way to have CDC own headquarters not being rented, owned by the party, the land being bought, and owned by the property being owned by the party in the 15 countries.
So these due payments are going to go to support projects like these, right?
Yes, the due payment will help also to support, but some of them I can speak now. They are the project for Magibi is we went there, we did an assessment, the plan have been done in the coming weeks. The work will start because we have foundation there.
So that everybody paying $1 or
no,
that
one
ordinary
we
people
said,
paying $1.
let me read out the categories.
Go ahead.
So for the party national executive committee, we have they have to pay 100 USD per month or equivalent. Every member of the party national executive committee.
So whether they're working, they're not working.
Yeah, because leadership comes with responsibility.
Okay.
So we got the CDC legislative caucus from the Senate angle. Every CDC senator had to pay $500 United States a month or equivalent. Then we got the CDC legislative caucus, which is the House of Representatives. We got they had to pay $300 United States per month or equivalent.
But why the senators own more than the representatives?
Yeah, because we did it based upon their because the representative is for a district and the senator is for the whole country.
But the senator got more obligation, bigger obligation than the representative.
Yeah,
the representative only obligated to a district.
That based the payment structure you see.
But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, that was something that was agreed by our legislative caucus.
Okay.
It was not something that was imposed upon them. So we have people who serve our government during our 6 years. We got former minister and former head of agency. They have to pay $100 per month or equivalents. Former ministers and former head of agency. And we got former
minister and former head of agency that are seditions.
Okay,
because
I don't pay not just everybody out in our government, people who were sedition and a member of the party and they serve in this capacity.
Okay.
We got former deputy minister and deputy heads had to pay $50 United States or equivalent. We got former assistant minister and director had to pay $30 per month or equivalent. National Women Leagues and the National Youth League Executive Committee member had to pay $10 US or equivalent per month. Then we got senior party style. There are people who are or senior party style in our party had to pay $20 United States.
How do you define senior party style? For example, Hagar Gona.
Yeah, there are senior party style people who, there, for example, have served in our party in all capacity. And they are resetting level. Maybe they are not currently serving in a position, but due to their portfolio, we still have them being respected as senior partisans.
Or maybe business entrepreneur.
Yes.
You know.
So we put in the category of senior party style. They have to pay $20 United States.
No, now your own Hagar Gona.
So then we
the
got,
minute get one Hagar Gona, you know.
We got the county national executive committee member. The county national executive committee member who are in the county national county leadership.
In the county.
Yeah, they have to pay. Yeah,
you must look at that in Google because it's not easy in the counties.
Yeah, they have to pay $10 per month.
So all the county executive committee members.
Yeah. For this, like I said, leadership comes with responsibility.
No, yeah, we understand.
If the person feel that maybe the thing that is being
imposed,
not imposed,
okay,
that has been decided by the county leadership to pay $10 every month. The person feel that this money is too much, you know, they can come to the party, although I'm serving in a position, but I'm able to pay $10 per month.
Then they can resign.
No, not to resign. Maybe you can say, all right, so I'm not able to pay the $10 per month, but I'm able to pay $2 or $5 per month. And the party will accept it.
They will pay the balance.
No, that's not paying, but we're accepting. Because for the fact that you stay, that's why you cannot afford, but you still remain committed to paying something.
They target.
Then you'll be cheating the other people.
No, we're
now.
not
Other
cheating.
people paying, then the
Abu,
other man say,
the
leadership,
target-
you said leadership come responsibility.
Yeah,
right?
but listen now. The target of the due payment, we just decide to pull these people based upon agreement of how a month leadership, right? But the target of the due payment is to have everybody paying a dollar.
So in the event where, and I'd like to take it from the leadership angle, there's a default in payment, are there penalties?
Yeah, that would be left. But like for example, if you are serving in a youth league and you have to pay maybe $5 per month and you are not paying it, maybe the country or national executive committee meeting, they notice that you're not paying. Maybe they make an ask, maybe there could be any other reasons. Based upon that, then they can decide on that angle. But
And what you think will be some of the decision?
No, like I say, based upon they have to know the maybe when they feel that the person can afford, but it's deliberate, then they can decide that. Well,
what you think they will decide?
No, they can decide that based
What?
upon what they can decide to know why is it that the person not paying. What is
and when they know now, what they will do?
When they know that, then they have to make decision as national executive.
What kind of decision they will make?
No, they have to make it because it's a collective
what
decision.
What kind of decision they will make?
No, I can't tell you which decision they will
But
make.
in a party law, what the party law says about default on due payments, there must be penalty.
Yeah,
or no penalty. So that means that voluntary on it, anybody can choose to pay or not.
If you are not paying due, it may not to be in good standing with the party, for example.
Because we want an event where the ordinary people be paying, then the people not paying.
Yeah,
then
when
you
you-
leave it like that.
Listen now, if you're not paying, it may not to be in good standing with the party.
And
Like,
we're
for
not in
example,
good standing. What thing
in
will
the
happen?
future, maybe like for me now, I'm the chairman of the National Executive Network. And I'm not paying, not being good standing may cause me maybe not to be reappointed or not to be, if there's an election for my position, not it may deny me not to participate in such election.
But you still be enjoying it, the thing.
No, that's it. That could be any other penalty that may come up. That to ensure, because sometimes.
So let's talk about Saturday and then we'll open the phone lines.
Yeah, then we.
What is happening on Saturday?
No,
Oh, you finished with the category, yeah?
Yeah, we got the National Executive Network Executive. They have to pay $10.
But the national, that means the auxiliary still remain.
They are sorry for the executive level people who the leadership that is responsible to preserve or exonerate. They are this we been referred to the National Executive Network Executive. Then we got the exonerate leaders across the country. Accredited exonerate leader across the country.
So the auxiliaries are still active. I thought it was for the 2023 election.
No, we have exonerate that is active in the party. We have the exonerate that can contest for elections. We got party active.
How you can do your own auxiliary?
No, we got party active auxiliary because we don't just have to wait for election before people come around.
Okay.
So they have to pay $30.
But they can be mainstream to other. If the man has a desire to continue with the party, or you can enter other areas.
That's the reason why, based upon Lao said, the party have plural position. There are people who
because auxiliary are sometimes not necessarily members of the party, but there are people who share your vision in a particular electoral process.
Yeah, auxiliary is that we may agree with, but auxiliary is some form of ways that they are used purposely for mobilization of the party.
But they may not necessarily be partisans.
Yeah, some of them are not partisans. That was we got some of them that just come for election. Such a people who only can do election that based upon looking at the atmosphere to support.
Yeah, but you put in fee there, so they should pay.
But I said we got party registered auxiliary of the party that is actively working with the party every day. Some of them, based upon that, where they can be promoted to other positions in the party.
Okay, they just love to be called auxiliaries, right?
No, not they just love. It's a role in the party. That's what we have for leadership in our party that is responsible for them. That's what we call it the auxiliary network. It's part of the structure of the party. So we got the CDC diaspora. They have to pay $50 every month. Then we got like the general grassroots member have to pay $1 every month.
And that concludes it.
Yeah.
So
then
talk about
Saturday will be the official launch of the national due payment that is currently being discussed, and that launch will be led by our standard brother, His Excellency Dr. George and we are the party National Executive Committee, all party staffs, members, party leadership across the district, the counties will be there on that day as the official launch
will be taking place. We will begin at 10 a.m. in the morning. And this program will be clamored by our musical jamboree that will take us to a break of dawn. And that day we will have series of table lined out for people who will also be there to pay their dues. And as you pay your due, you'll be issued receipt and a due book.
Okay, fair enough. So, do you have something to add? So then we can go to the phone lines and pick calls 0776.
So somebody is asking, they are in Ghana. How do you think they can pay that?
That was we got a mobile money, we got a bank. You can you can pay to the mobile money account and contact.
But the person in Ghana?
Yeah, they got means of send money through there to mobile money.
Oh, okay.
Then when you pay there, then we can send your receipt via WhatsApp.
0776 104 104 086 500 104. It's all CDC conversations about their due payment, but yeah, basically that CDC will expect a call, right? If any unit party person call, then maybe you won't leave on UP to CDC. Now, let me take this person right here. Good morning.
Good morning, Abu.
Good morning.
My name is Eugene Jobon. I call you from Capital Bypass.
Go ahead.
Eugene, you
let me say good morning to my colleagues in studio. Abu, as national as executive member of Maxwell County, I'm fully aware and I'm committed to the process. So, like my brother Jala has said, Abu, look, the CDC should be owned by the ordinary people. This is not a party for only the hierarchy.
Okay.
And that is why when you make contribution, you own the party. So,
all right, thank you very much. You make contribution, you own the party. Here got there's a call. Oh, see, calling all the phone just ringing you. The book until their party business serious.
You live on the radio.
I'm Julia Elijah
Okay.
Yeah, concerning the payment, I'm hearing the channel from the grassroots party, they'll be paying that issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if I don't have that dollar we US, and there was how much I'm going to
You look at the
rate.
So
if the rate go up more than that, that's what you pay. If it comes down, you see the both smart, they both put it in US. So anywhere Baga carry the rate, that's what you pay in LT.
So if I think Bobo is paid and I want to pay my
they give out the mobile money number. Yeah, you know in America you want to use same way you can send it to me, I will send it with them.
Hey, man, that issue.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, my name is Zeke from Nimba, calling from Chicken Factory.
Mobile go ahead from Chicken Factory. Your roll finish?
I mean,
go ahead.
Yeah, okay. I want to ask a studio guest. I was at Solar here on Capital Papa. I moved to Chicken Factory now. So I didn't hear any payment attached to Solar here. Can you explain on that?
All right, he will. Ma Helena.
Yeah, money.
Money, man.
Actually. I want us to be in studio there. How much will the old man then pay? And we will not get fee to go down there on Saturday. I will go and pay our own.
Okay, he will speak to that as well.
So one Alfonso is asking, he's not a member of the CDC, but he wants to join the CDC. How can one join? Let's pick this call. You answer to that. Morning.
Hello?
Yeah, you live on the radio.
Yeah, there's Mamu Fumi calling from Japan.
Mabu Sonin, go ahead. I know the one I know.
Mamu Fumi.
Go ahead. I thought that Mabu. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Not the lawmaker.
Yeah, I listened to the brother in studio, but I did not hear him talking about the campaign leaders.
No, he spoke about it. But he will go over again.
Let's talk to another person. Morning. The lines are blinking. Morning.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, young man.
Morning, Chief. 30 seconds.
District number 14.
Go ahead, Shiki Bembe.
Okay, so my senior colleagues are in to put for you. If I want to pick you and I'm living in your area where I can go, how would I pay?
Okay. They said they got mobile money. Let's talk to this person. Morning.
Yeah, good morning, Abu.
You live.
Morning.
Yeah, thank you. This is Emmanuel, which Jason and join the conversation with Senator Let me say how to my girl my uncle Jella. And the reason why some of us are started with the due payment, we need to understand that CDC is a party, is a grassroots party, and for us to hold together and for us to promote the interests of our party, the ordinary people need to be part in. And I'm not extend the party taking right. This party, have proven to the Liberian people in the world that the party has a system and the party is an institution.
All right, thank you very much. It has proven already. David King.
Yeah, Abu, good morning and good morning to you guy and my comrade Mango. Yeah, Mango, I want to find out something. I'll be over there on Saturday, but
you pay for Abu? You pay Abu due?
I'm not a member of the CDC.
Abu is not a member of the CDC. He's a journalist. Ben's a journalist.
My man, have you paid your due?
I'm going to pay my due, but I want to ask Mayango what I can pay on behalf of my wife and her book. I was asking because she will not be having the chance to come with me.
Yeah, you can pay on behalf of your wife. You can pay on behalf of the children if they're sedition.
The ones that are yet unborn, you can pay for them. Or you
Hey guy.
So let's talk to maybe 3 persons. Morning. Hello. Morning.
Yeah,
right.
hello.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Thomas Masakwe calling from Poland.
Masakwe, go ahead.
Yeah,
CDC will call. I'm finished. Go to the man.
If anybody can come out and say, give your whole life, then CDC can do it. I love the party.
So in the case now, when I left, the people want $2 or $1.
Yeah, I think they're trying to tell you that I'm 100% waiting.
So
I'm 100% waiting. Even for me.
So Saturday you'll be on the program.
Yeah, I will be there.
All right. Thank you very much.
Let's talk to this final person, Abu. Morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You live. Go ahead. All right.
I want to know something.
You said?
Yeah, but Stanley Child, what's your point?
Go ahead, Stanley.
Yeah, my point is, I want to know something.
Membership form. All right, thank you.
Membership form.
Thank you. So that is that. You have 1 minute to conclude, respond to some of them. You should be able to do that.
Time.
Yeah. So this one's coming in from a person, an anonymous contributor. Say, good morning, Abu. If the party wants to succeed in the collection of